No boss events. What you got for me, Dice? This evening, when Dice isn't in his quarters or his usual spot near the expedition vehicles, you have a sixth sense of where to find him. His old secret hideout in the big drainage pipe under the wall, where he still goes sometimes when he needs to escape and be alone. Uh-oh. Sure enough, there he is at the entrance of the pipe. But something's wrong. He's fiddling with a package furtively. His head jerks up as you approach, and he clutches it to his chest. You can barely believe your eyes, but you know a bomb when you see one. What are you doing? Hello everyone, and welcome back to I Was a Teenage Exocolonist. Last time we fought in a massive siege, we started dating Nemi, and we had several friendship events, but we also got to meet another gardener who, if memory serves, is Noctilucent, that sounds right. We also went and explored the ridges. I think we did pretty much everything we could over there. Yeah, 2 events remaining. One's like the radiation, so like we won't worry about that. Maybe we'll go back to the valley? Exploring in other places might be a waste of time, but we might as well try it anyways. Anyone have new lines for us? Oh, and of course, if you like this kind of content and want to see more like it, consider dropping a subscription to be notified of, every single thing that comes. But of course, as long as you remember every day at noon, you're gonna remember there's an episode out. You find Mars frowning over a textbook on her holo. She flips through the pages with growing disgust, till finally she gestures angrily to dismiss the screen and then drags her hands down her face. Ugh! She exclaims. People totally suck! Is this 60? 70, okay. You slide into the seat next to Mars and she sighs. I told my dads about my plan to get the adults to adopt kudos as a way to encourage the arts, and they got really weird about it. Like, they think it's a good idea, but then they told me I should read up about Earth's history. So I did, and you know what I found out? People suck! The whole reason we left Earth was because trading money for stuff was a bad idea. It made a few people rich and everyone else poor, and it destroyed all the culture, and people fought and killed each other over it. Hell yeah, dying because of poverty! Woo! By the time our parents left Earth, almost everyone worked super hard and was super poor, while like 100 people barely worked at all and owned private spacecraft. And that's so dumb. Love your hair, by the way. This colony is the closest humans have come to income equality in thousands of years, but we don't even have any passion. And Earth's passion is full of people, Earth's history is full of people with passion, who end up turning into supervillains while everyone else starves. Mars says, crossing her arms. Is that all we're capable of? Really? She looks at you intently and puts her hand over her heart. I'm a passionate person, Garrett, she says. Is being a despot all I'm capable of? There's nothing wrong with passion. Mars purses her lips. I agree, but no one can be right 100% of the time. If I really am going to run this place one day, I can't be surrounded by yes-men, she scolds you. I need you to have a little backbone, Garrett, or I'll end up exactly like an Earth politician. Yes, ma'am. There has to be a middle ground between austerity and inequality, Mars continues. I don't want to have everything while everyone else has nothing. Like, yes, obviously I want to colonize this stupid rock, Mars continues. I want massive cities and glass skyscrapers and flying cars. I want to not have to fight off aliens every year. I want to pave over all these skungled pollen trees and kill the stupid bugs. I want air conditioning. Do you want room service too? I want service! Shout out to any of you who get that reference. I just want everyone to have everything, even the stuff that the adults think don't matter. We can't live like animals just because of the boogeymen of our past. One day, I'm gonna be running this place, Mars says. And just you wait, Garrett. I'm not gonna let us fall into the same patterns we did on Earth. We have to take care of each other and master this planet. But we also can't forget what makes life worth living. Luxury. What do you think, Garrett? Mars says. Do you think I'm on the right track? How do we avoid past mistakes? Well, I mean, Mars starts, and then furrows her brow in thought. I guess I thought, because we're already starting out equal, people would just be better? She frowns. You're right. It seems like wishful thinking, doesn't it? Well, at least I have you to bring me back to Earth. Vertumna. I fully support this line of thinking, like 100%. Like, while I kind of liked Anemone less as she grew up, I kind of like Mars a bit more as she grows up. Because she starts coming into a bit of maturity. Like, intellectual, if not emotional maturity. And I'm here for that. I think she would actually make a good leader if she continues on this line of thought. Mars smiles and clasps your shoulder. Thank you, Garrett. You always think of things I don't. I really appreciate that about you. Hey, I'm happy to support. If I end up kind of just becoming, explorer, keeping this planet and our people safe behind the scenes, while you take care of the actual politics, fuck, man. Go for it. Nomi is typing away with their holopalm, their tongues sticking out beneath their teeth. Sorry, I just gotta get one more line of code down, they mutter. After a few seconds, they close their holopalm and give you a tired smile. Who knew I'd have to learn to code to write a holonovel, right? No matter how done I think it is, there's always something else I can tweak. Keep it up, Gnomester. No, okay, nothing else from you. Go for an event to reduce stress with Anemone? Sup, asshole? Are you miserable? I hope you're miserable. Yeah, okay, good. He's not happy and he's being a dick. Oh, no, is it once per season? Also, I've got a bit of kudos. I wonder if I can upgrade another card? No, that's 100. Okay, what do we want to do this month? It would be good to go do another expedition, but we might as well max out our stress, de-stress, and then head back out again. So maybe we'll train... Nice to get our reasoning up a little bit more. And our bravery. All of it, really, of course. What's guard duty give us? 3 combat and 2 bravery. Okay, that's not bad. 18 kudos. I don't really care about the friendship with Vase, but I'll be on guard duty. You show up for orientation to guard duty. Vase and Nemi are here as well, listening intently to Security Chief Rhett as he teaches you the specifics of the colony's defenses. There's the walls, of course, and the lookout towers, and the robotic turrets. There are obvious weaknesses, like the gates, and less obvious ones, like the pipes that divert runoff water away from the colony. And there are high-priority targets like engineering and geoponics. You're surprised to learn that the living quarters are considered lower priority. Duh, Vase mutters. During an attack, everyone's supposed to be defending the colony, not hiding under their beds. It's a lot to learn quickly, and Rhett doesn't let you make mistakes. He drills you and drills you, first on your knowledge of the colony, and then on actual drills. Physical fitness and reflexes, loading and firing a plas rifle, securing a dangerous situation, and combat tactics both as a group and solo. If the lookouts on the walls see anything, you'll be the ones to shoot it, he says, as you struggle with reloading the cartridge in your plas rifle. There might not be time to wait for backup. You have to be able to make and act on the right choice, without hesitation. He looks you right in the eye. You're not only a guard while you're on duty, he says seriously. You are being charged with the defense of the colony itself. I expect you to be ready at all times to answer the call. Frustrated, you fumble the cartridge and it clatters to the ground. Rhett stops it under his foot. No slacking. Keep your mind and body sharp and ready for anything. We are at war, he continues, leaning in close to drive his point home. He's been saying that a lot recently. He really believes everything Lum says about the outside world. Rhett leaves you to figure out how to reload your plas rifle on your own. Vase is already finished, of course, but Nemi stops what she's doing to help you. There's a latch, here, she says, flicking it with her thumb. If it's deployed, you can't click the cartridge in. Got it? You nod. It's easy when someone actually shows you how. I do like Rhett. He's kind of drank the Kool-Aid a little bit, but we did see him also freak out. Make Rhett proud someday. Nemi laughs and claps you on the back. Yeah, he's just a big teddy bear, right? Vase snorts and stalks off in disgust at the two of you. Yeah, that's nice. On guard duty. +1 to physical red, 1 slot gets +3. Okay. Honestly, a redraw here would be pretty good. So we've got 5, 6, 8, 8, and 10. What if I do this? That's a little bit better at 54. Oh, we lose a bit because they're not red. Yeah, that's fine. I think that's... Could have gotten a 59. Wow. We're 4 away from max bravery. Late pollen. I don't think we're going to have ability to give anyone gifts yet. Next month, probably. Yeah. How much stress we at? We at 82. Mars was flipping through the most recent council minutes on her holopalm, one perfect eyebrow arched in disbelief. Lum is a disaster, she scoffs. You wouldn't believe some of the reforms he's blocked. No, I believe it. I think we'll do guard duty again. I like that bravery and combat increase. I'd like to actually get the next perk for combat. And we're almost maxed out on bravery, so that's pretty good. So yeah, we'll do guard duty again. There's not usually much animal activity this time of year. Every so often you're called to deal with a hop eye that's stuck in or some other nonsense, but mostly you walk around and wait to be useful. You fill the time by listening to audiobooks, especially ones for school. There are lots of ways to get school credit, and you're lucky you can do a bit of studying while at work. Are we even still technically in school? We're 18. 6, 6, +3 bonus to straights, eh? 5, 4, 3. We have something that's maybe a 7? No. Could have gotten a 47. That's fine. Didn't need to tweak that. We're probably almost at... Probably at like 63, 64. Bravery really being at 98 is absolute pain. Oh, we did get the next combat perk. Draw an extra card at the start of challenge. So we're just drawing all sorts of extra cards now. That's great. Welcome to Dust. I think it's about time to de-stress and then head outside. Yeah, 96 stress. Hey, Nemi. Have egg. Oh, nice. It's your birthday. I totally knew that. That wasn't happy happenstance. Happening happily. Happens. Ooh, Rex event. Rex beams when he sees you walking towards him. Garrett, he calls. Just the person I wanted to see. You duck under the shade of an overhanging bit of construction. I wanted to talk to you about something. Rex starts without preamble. I want to talk about us. What do you mean, us? Rex tilts his head at you, the corner of his mouth quirking up in a crooked fanged smile. I mean, how can I say this? You're hot, and I'm easy. Why don't we put those two things together and see what happens? He brushes the backs of his fingers against your cheek. I know when someone's flirting with me, gorgeous. I can tell you're into this pup. He laughs and ducks his head, running his hand through his hair. Sorry, I can't turn it off. Rex links his fingers behind his head and rocks back on his heels. I've never really dated anyone before, he confesses. Like, I love people, and I really like fooling around with people. But those aren't always the same people, if you catch what I'm saying. It's like how I love Nomi, but I don't want to be sexy with them. And I've definitely hooked up with people I didn't really feel anything for, just because it was fun and we both wanted to. I totally would, Rex, and I know I have been flirting with you, but like I'm with Nemi, and I somehow don't think she'd be into sharing. Just saying. He stops rocking and takes your hands. If you're okay with that, I think we could have a lot of fun and just see where it goes. I don't want to like out. Oh, I'm sorry, my guy. Rex gives like that felt like a harsh way to say it. Rex gives you the biggest, saddest puppy dog eyes you've ever seen. Really? He whines, like literally whines. Then he stands up straight and gives you a huge smile. Kidding, he exclaims. I'm just pulling your leg. We're cool for real. I mean, you know me. Dog's got a hunt. I've got plenty of friends I don't sleep with, he says. I'm always happy to have one more. He slings a friendly arm around your shoulders. I'm glad we talked about this, he says. There's nothing better than a boy and his dog, right? You have to agree. It's awkward to tell someone you don't like them that way, but you feel good about this one, and Rex seems as genuinely happy as ever. It's good to have a friend like Rex. Alright, good. I'm glad it worked out. Anyways, have a log. Special just for you. Alright, we gave Nomi their crystal. We did, right? We gave Nomi their crystal? Yeah, okay. Did we give Tange their flower? We did. I don't think I actually have anything for Nemi. It's too soon for her anyway. I think we can give Mars a present? Yes. Hey, Cal. Do you like flowers? Nah. He doesn't dislike them, but they're not his thing. Ooh, speaking of a flower. Alright, let's maybe go chillax in the gardens. Get some friendship with Cal, boost our pet's rank a little bit. Ooh, wait. Hi. Okay, we're good. Relax in the park. Cool. Your mother's white astrantia flowers are flourishing in the garden, and everywhere else, too. They've really taken to something in the soil here. You even see them outside the walls. Something must be carrying their seeds out towards the wilderness. Hopefully it's Sim, honoring our mother's memory, because he knows. Both of those are good. This year, Governor Lum's ascension to the Vertumnalia stage is heralded by an entire military band, their instruments shiny and nano-printed new. They march out of command in formation, splitting and forming a phalanx at the foot of the stage as Lum takes his place before you. Spotlights turn on with heavy ka-chunk noises, illuminating Lum in a halo of floating dust particles. He spreads his arms wide. Hello, Vertumna! His voice booms over the speakers. Are we winning or what? The reaction is mixed. You look around. It's easy to see the ones cheering the loudest are Helios and people who have fully adopted their mentality, like Nemi. The Stratos are more reserved, some even silent. Security Chief Rhett is one of them, his usual stony expression hiding his true feelings. Regardless, there's enough cheering that Lum has to wait for it to die down before he continues. We're killing it out there, people! He exclaims, literally. Every day we claw a little more territory from the savage aliens of this planet. A Watato pod arcs through the air and lands with a broken splort at Lum's feet, splattering him with juice. You don't see who threw it, but the faction from Geoponics is looking restless. They begin to jeer and stomp their feet. Yeah, it was probably Cal. Lum continues on, raising his fist. Those Xenos attacked us first, and now they're learning. Don't mess with humankind! The crowd is now evenly split between cheering and booing. The Stratos are agitated, and you hear calls for things to return to how they were, and how Lum and his soldiers are killing the planet. Even the council, lined up before the stage and facing the crowd, looks conflicted. We left Earth to get away from this shit! Your dad shouts, and you turn to him in surprise. He rarely swears. Now look at us. We're right back where we started, fighting each other and the planet. We brought it with us! Utopia hops on stage and routs her own hearspeak through the speakers. He's a lion, she yells bitterly. And this year, we lost 2 surveyors in the swamps, Sorrel and Quinny. They'd be alive today if Lum hadn't sent them to clear out a manticore den for no good reason. She jams her finger against the governor's chest. The only threat to our colony here is you. You tell him, Utopia. Lum's smile doesn't change, but his eyes go cold. He snatches Utopia's hand and calmly, slowly, crushes her hollow palm crystal with his thumb. You can hear the crunch of the bones of her hand before her feed cuts out. Utopia yells as her knees buckle with the pain, her bravado gone. She holds her broken hand to her chest and is too shocked to resist when Lum shoves her off stage. The crowd is stunned into silence as well. Lum clears his threat and approaches the end of the stage, looming tall over the council. Thank you for your input, he says icily. Your concerns have been noted. This isn't the buffoon Lum presents on his daily holovlogs, or the nuisance he is when he visits a work site. You see something in his eyes you've only caught glimmers of before. Hatred. You Stratos are lucky we didn't crush you under our boots and take your colony by force, he sneers. Before we got here, this colony was doomed. You're only alive because I was merciful. Just a bunch of burned out hippie fugitives. What was your plan for surviving out here? Wishful thinking? Singing songs and talking to animals? Laughter ripples through the Helios. You, he gestures to the council, then jerks his thumb at his chest, need us, not the other way around. I'm done pretending I need to listen to your opinions. If you want to live, you'll do what I say. He stares at Dr. Instance, who glares up at him with hate in her eyes as she tends to Utopia's hand. Maybe it's time to clean house. We need team players here. Ones who share one vision for the future of Vertumna. After a few tense moments, Seek clears their throat. Ahem. Shall I continue with the traditional formalities now? Lum scowls down at Seek and throws his hand in the air. Whatever. Do it if it makes you feel better. You're all cowards. He turns and stalks off the stage, his marching band scrambling to follow him with his exit song. As promised, there are no contests this year, but there's plenty of food and alcohol. As the sun begins to set, the Helios, including Vase and Nemi, head straight for it, and look ready to party into the night. The other teams seem a little at ease. Dice, quite predictably, has already left. We'll go find Dice. You don't find Dice on the walls, or in the robotics lab, or in any of his usual hiding places. Not even Congruence can get a read on his location. You might have an idea where he could be, though. You creep up on Sim and Dice meeting in secret outside the colony walls. Trust me, Dice, I'm not concerned, Sim says, his hand resting on Dice's shoulders entreatingly. The planet is in no danger of being subjugated by humans. You just don't get it, Dice exclaims. They're really serious. They're going to use bombs. You've seen bombs, right? Explosions? What if they cut down every tree? Or poison the rivers? Or... Sim smiles patronizingly. I forget sometimes that you're so human, he says, and Dice scowls. You are stuck in time, unable to see beyond the next 100 years. Even if your species manages to wipe all life from this continent, we will simply bring it back again. It may take 20,000 years, but this planet will outlive you. Dice knocks Sim's hands away and wipes his eyes. Why are you always so calm? He spits out. Other gardeners aren't like this. Other gardeners know that humans are dangerous. Dice, Sim sighs, closing the distance between them and folding Dice into a gentle hug, like one would approach a biting animal. I'm not like other gardeners. Not anymore. Just like you're not like your humans. Dice sniffles and buries his head in Sim's tattered clothing. I just wish you'd let me help, he murmurs, almost too quiet for you to hear. We'll let them know I'm here. You let yourself snap a branch as you move through the dry underbrush, and Dice leaps away from Sim with a guilty expression. They both relax when they see it's you. Dice scrubs his red face. Hey, Garrett, he stammers. I guess I should go back now, huh? You and Dice sneak back into the colony as the sun sets, dodging Vase and his reveling friends. They've somehow wrangled themselves a live trippet, and are in the process of skewering it to roast over a big bonfire. You can hear its dying squeals from here, and shortly after that, smell the sweet charred scent of it roasting over the flame. Didn't even kill it first. Dice curls his lip. I hate this place, he mutters. Sometimes I just wish everyone would just hurry up and die. The week after Vertumnalia is one of the hottest since you landed. You're supposed to take time off for a much-needed break, but it's just so humid and awful, and tempers are short. Shortly after the festival, you start seeing graffiti cropping up everywhere. It seems that a lively, if not particularly civil, conversation between the two factions is being held on the flat surfaces of the colony. Nice. Lum announces a zero-tolerance policy for political graffiti, but you notice that not every tag is being removed. Just the ones against the war, of course. The atmosphere of the colony is oppressive, as thick as the choking dust heat itself. Everywhere you try to relax, people just want to talk about the war. To make matters worse, the sweltering nights are making your nightmares intense again. You return to work feeling more stressed than before. Interesting. I hope Utopia's okay. Hey, Dad. You're gonna get yourself killed, aren't you? You find your dad in your mom's garden. It's been kept well tended since her death, and it's not just by your dad. Plenty of her agriculturalists have all had a hand in it. It's nice that there's a part of her here, and that it's being kept alive by the people she saved by sacrificing herself. Your dad wipes his eyes as you approach. Hey, kiddo, he says softly. Just visiting your mom. You gonna stay for a bit? I choose to believe that we did. Sup? Sup? No sups with anyone. Sup? Oh, nice. Definitely a sup. Ooh! Nomi exclaims, making grabby hands at the pretty crystal. Happy birthday to me! I can't believe you remembered! Thank you! So your birthday is mid-dust. What's our friendship? 39. We're due for an event with them pretty quick here. Okay. Let's head outside. Do we have any, like, individual dialogue with? No. Alright, let's go to the valley. See if we got anything spawning here. Hi, what you got for me? Now, I fought it before, and it was kind of pointless, so we're just going to wait for it to leave. You back off and wait. It sits there and gnaws at that animal slowly for hours. It's disgusting. Eventually, it rolls over and takes a nap. Its many legs kicked up in the air and its tummy bulging. You try to sneak by, but it wakes back up with a hiss. It drags the rest of the carcass off into a tree, and you can finally pass. Good, I'm glad I didn't just ruin its meal this time. I've had this one before. I've had most of these before, I'm pretty sure. Oh, it's this one. The Vricky tree egg. Oop. Squeeger Queen. Nah, you can have your jelly. Oh, hey, it's Sim. Ooh, good. I was hoping something like this would happen. Sim materializes out of the forest before you. Garrett, he says gravely, forgive my directness, but you must come with me now. He places his hand on your shoulder. Please trust me when I say I have done my best to argue. Oh, we're at 100 friendship with him now. That's sweet. This is probably his 100 event then. But you must come with me now. Please trust me when I say I have done my best to argue on behalf of your kind. I hope only for the continued survival of humanity. Ominous. He crouches down to slide into a hidden opening under the roots of a tree. You follow, feeling strangely as if you're crawling into the belly of some animal. You emerge into a cave filled with the hum of strange machinery. A bank of ancient-looking control panels and a crystal tank of glowing liquid seem almost to have grown out of the natural rock. Mineral deposits from moisture trickling down the walls have reclaimed some of them. Sim leads you to a console. "This is the array," he says, pressing what seems to be buttons. "As I've explained, this body I wear is only a vessel. My consciousness, the person who I am, is stored in the array. I return to it regularly, storing my body in the regeneration tank while I back up what I've learned that day into the array. Physical forms are prone to injury and death," Sim says, quietly. "It is temporary, but highly unpleasant. Therefore, the Overseer prefers to remain in the array." Sim directs you to two weirdly fungal growths. "Please, take hold of these interface handles." You cautiously touch the handles and say, "So, the Overseer is a computer?"
"The word software would be more accurate."
A strange presence speaks in your head. Got Braver 25 or greater. Play it cool. You can feel the Overseer pause, then a sensation in your mind that reminds you of someone clearing their throat.
"I am the Overseer," the voice continues. "I speak for the gardeners. We will now show you what we are."
I'm ready. You have the oddest feeling of memories being inserted into your mind. First a trickle, then a flood. A civilization called the Convergent Domain once existed on this planet, over 20,000 years ago. In your mind, you see their dominion. I know I'm reading this in my voice, but that's fine. Their dominion stretched from pole to pole, their farms and solar arrays glittering on the surface as their massive cities tunneled below. I already know about the domain.
"We are aware of that," the Overseer replies, its voice dry in your mind. "We know most everything that happens on this planet. The Convergent Domain created the gardeners as their ecological control system, a vast network of artificial intelligences stored deep underground in a digital array. Self-propagating control towers and cloning stations were seeded, allowing a gardener program to take biological form, downloading a copy of its consciousness into a host body created to suit the task at hand."
You think of Sim, his body created to suit the task of befriending you?
Under the direction of the Convergent Domain, the gardeners controlled the weather, the acidity of the soil, the cultivated species in their farms, and the rapidly shrinking wild areas of the planet.
The Overseer doesn't quite sigh, but you get the impression it would.
"Over time, the Domain nearly destroyed this planet."
They didn't respect nature?
"Correct,"
the Overseer responds.
"They saw the natural world as an unending buffet of resources. The exhaust from their factories blanketed the planet, choking out sunlight and oxygen. They consumed too much, destroyed the planet's ecosystem, then fought bitterly over the remaining resources."
Wow, sounds familiar.
"The last directive the gardeners were given by the Domain was to repair the planet's destroyed ecosystem,"
the Overseer says solemnly.
"The gardeners tried, but it was too late. When the crops failed and atmosphere became too thick for sunlight to pierce, the Convergent Domain perished by the billions. The last survivors took to the sky in colony ships and never returned."
I wonder if the Convergent Domain were humans. And humans are actually from Vertumna, moved to Earth, and now we're back full circle. You try to imagine a tragedy on the scale, but it's just too enormous, too abstract to wrap your head around. The Overseer continues relentlessly, new thoughts flooding into your mind.
"Over the millennia, the gardeners took their task seriously. It takes little effort to render a planet inhospitable, but significant dedication to restore it. Under the guidance of the gardeners and the final directive of the convergent domain, nature at last reclaimed the barren planet. The garden existed in perfect balance. And now, your species has invaded it. We had nowhere else to go. Your kind had the option to stay where they were, the Overseer replies, the tone of his thoughts darkening. Do you think we have empathy for the convergent domain who fled on colony ships? The ones who selfishly refused to give their bodies back to the planet they destroyed with their pride? You chose to come here, and Overseer continues, and you continue to stay here. You could instead choose to die. You shudder involuntarily. Some vertumnant species have a technique of future sight, which the gardeners harness to catch glimpses into the web of timelines. We see that you possess this technique too, alone in your kind. We have foreseen that humans pose a great danger to this planet. You are a monoculture, an invasive species. You throw our hard-won balance in disarray. Since arriving, you have shown nothing but a willingness to consume the planet's resources and replace them with more humans. We have as much right to live as anything. Your mind fills with images of species rising and going extinct over thousands of years. Animals, with their short lives, are ignorant creatures. They care only for survival, and for the survival of their children. They have no concept of a legacy that spans the lifetime of a planet. They cannot be blamed, for living is their only purpose. But humans are animals with the power of gods. You consume recklessly, and your ceaseless fear of death fouls your every action. You shape the planet. You bend nature to your will, thinking only of yourselves. This is a power no animal should have. Most gardeners would prefer to stamp you humans out like encroaching weeds, the Overseer says without malice. Indeed, we have tried using ecologically compliant organic methods. We are impressed at your tenacity to withstand these eradication procedures. The yearly attacks, the famine, the pollen, not random natural occurrences at all, but gardeners' tactics to encourage the eradication of pests, well, obviously. But symbiosis speaks in defense of your kind, the Overseer continues, and took effort to convince you that you were sentient and capable of communication. You present us with a quandary. You come from the stars, refugees of a catastrophe of your own design, one that you are intent to recreate here, on a planet which still bears the scars of the last time it was used carelessly. So we ask, what are we to do with you? Humans can change, help us. So we teach your kind to be stewards of nature, the Overseer replies. Perhaps your children take up the mantle as well, and their children. But soon you are dead, as are your children's children. Generations pass. No one alive remembers the time the gardeners came to the humans and taught them the proper ways to live. And now there are too many of you to teach, and your behavior too entrenched. What then? Genocide? There is silence in your head, and you hear only the sound of water trickling down the cave walls, and the gentle hum of the machines. Eventually, the Overseer speaks in your mind one last time. For now, you may leave freely. We will consider this quandary, and we will be monitoring you and the other humans. You feel a strange pull at your consciousness as you remove your hands from the interface. And there you have it, Sim mutters. That is my boss.
terrified. Sim nods sadly. That is the correct response. It's why I wanted you to know the truth. He walks over and runs his hand over the consoles. And now, you know how to connect to the array, he says quietly. But you should not come here unless I am with you. Sim takes your hands and looks at you seriously. When you interface with the array, you hold everything we are in your hands. It took a great deal of negotiating to convince my fellow gardeners to trust you with this power. Please, do not prove this trust mistaken. Augment is an AI construct. I mean, technically, yeah. Hey, there is technically an AI romance. Technically, sort of, kind of. Just not with congruence. Big sad. Come across a huge field of flowers. Most are teensy pink ones, but some are beautiful pink yet big yellow ones. You check the holopedia. Looks like they're a brand new species. They don't even have a name. They need a name, like butter dandies, even though they look neither like buttercups or dandelions. Honestly, they kind of look more like spitting cobras than anything. We don't need to pick them, we can just enjoy them. You lie down among the flowers and breathe in their sweet perfume. Insects lazily circle overhead, and their droning lulls you into a much-needed sleep. Nice. Sim falls into step beside you and walks with you in a companionable silence for a few minutes. It's up to you to start talking, it looks like. Have we shown you the egg before? Yeah, he likes everything. Most things. Okay, no special dialogue, same as before. Are we going backwards? We are going backwards. Big whoops. And this was a dead end, right? Yes, okay, cool. So we go this way. That was very important, but there probably isn't a boss event for this area. Feast of berry bushes. Delicate, fluffy-leaved bushes with long blue berries. They look delicious. Easy biology. Sure. Do we have a 5? We do. There we go, that's what I wanted. That seems pretty good. Yep. These blueberries are edible. We'll harvest them. You harvest the blueberries by the handful, filling your basket. When you bring them back to Utopia, she cheers. These are her favorite. Oh, good to know. Here, sweets, she says, tossing you a berry. Have one. They're delicious. She's 31 now. How's your hand? You come out of the... Oh, this is the manticore thing. Yeah, we'll leave the manticore alone with its young. Is this Sim? This might be Sim lurking in the trees. Card gets +2. We'll get rid of that. Okay. What if we do this, this, and this? Ooh, wait, even better. There we go. Ow, my head. Big lol. Sure. Yeah, that's fine. Oh, no, it's an animal. Okay. It was a relative of the bush bulb. Find a healthy blep bush. Oh, it's the coffee stuff. Chew some blep leaves. Yeah, we'll take another one of those. Those are actually pretty powerful. +5 rebellion. Lol. And we're fully de-stressed again. We'll be able to go out to the next place next month without even having to rest. We'll leave that one alone. I know how it's going to turn out. Yeah, strolling through pollen. Oh, there's a thing with a manticore. That's pretty sweet. And Utopia, what's up, girl? Paths are narrow and in constant need of repair. There's a team working here, trying to repair where one of the jelly arches has collapsed. And cover the path in 30 centimeters of sticky goop. Utopia waves you over. Hey, Garrett, can you give us a hand? We can't get any vehicles through here until this is clear, and it's gonna take all day. I have a better plan. Using biology. A lot of strength. Or physical cards, I mean. Okay, no, that one's definitely a little bit better. And sure, why not? Meeting the Overseer. Interesting that that's a physical card. Not bad. Oh yeah, you've seen the stuff desiccate in low humidity like in dust. You throw powdered desiccant over it and let physics do its work. It's easier to plow through a bunch of plumped up granules of desiccant gel than it is to shovel all the slimy muck. You save a few hours. I got you, girl. What's this? Another squeeger hive and just gonna watch it quietly, sure. It's absolutely fascinating. The squeeger hive queen coos to her children, who skitter in and out of the holes on her surface. You can kind of see where her eyes used to be, but now she's more mound than creature. She still breathes, but eats only what she can absorb from her legs, which have become roots. Her larval children pinch her when they're hungry. She groans, clenches, and out of the holes oozes her sweet-smelling jelly. Fully grown termite-like squeegers march back and forth, paying you no attention. Yeah, we don't need any of that, honey. We've already got that card a few times, and it's not the greatest card. Okay, time to do the boss encounter with the Manticore. And then we're good to leave this place. Ooh, bobber fruit. The Valley of Vertigo spans a huge and relatively safe area, so it's rare to see other foragers out here. It's surprising, then, to come across Utopia and two other foragers crouched in the underbrush. Psst! Garrett! Utopia hisses, beckoning you over. Get over here! Get over here! You slink over to the other foragers. Through a gap in the underbrush, you spot a terrific sight. A fully grown manticore has fallen into a nest of at least 20 snap bladders, and they're engaged in what looks like a battle to the death. I've got 10 kudos on the snap bladders. I fell into a nest once. I was laid up in the med bay for a week. Poor manticore. What a way to go. The last forager snorts. Who cares? After what they did to Hal, every manticore can rot for all I care. The manticore roars in pain as it's torn apart by the whip-fast, hungry snap bladders. Maybe we can get a manticore pet. I'll help, sure. Maybe instead of this one then as a waste. Oh, too bad we can't use two that was weirds at once. Oh yeah, it's gotta be in that order too. Shoot. Alright, well, be a 10 I guess, or maybe a 4. Ah, heck. Oh, we can do this. Yeah. Okay, there we go. That's not bad. It doesn't waste any really good cards either. Okay, and then we definitely want to hit him up with a this. Maybe an 8. Wild card. Could have gotten a 60 out of that. Okay. Utopia tries to stop you as you burst through the underbrush, dedicating yourself to being the best distraction your weak, fragile human body can be. Enough of the snap bladders turn their focus on you that the manticore is easily able to pick the others off. Crunch, munch, snap! Off go enough heads in the manticore's powerful jaws that the survivors cut their losses, disappearing back into their burrow. You got helping an animal, 4 + 1 to combat physical challenges. Now you find yourself face to face with the manticore, Vertumna's perfect murder machine. It looks at you quizzically. You look back. You feel a weird connection to this creature. Suddenly the manticore roars, lunging at you and lashing its great mane. Wisely, you scream in terror and get the hell away! Luckily, the manticore is too wounded to bother chasing you. You and the other foragers make it away without injury. I'm really hoping that we can encounter that one again, because that would be sick. I'll check to see if a boss event respawned. Late dust. Rex has something. Do you ever think about Tammy? Cal asks you, as you both lean back all the fucking time against the fence and watch the shadows creep across the garden path. He takes a long pull of his canteen and sighs. I don't know. I don't want to be a downer, man, but it's so sad, you know? It's been, what, 7 years? He scrubs his hand through his hair. We're all totally different people than we used to be. I wonder what kind of person she would have grown up to be. Yeah, I look forward to getting to get to know her in another life. Dad doesn't have time to chat, but he waves hello. Hello! I love you, Daddy! Please don't die or get yourself killed. Whoop. Spot Rex carrying supplies and big pieces of wood into a huge tarped up section at the end of the lounge. He waves at you. Well, as much as a wave as you can do with his arms full of mushwood. Hey, Garrett! He calls out to you. Have you come to see the bar? You give him a questioning look. The bar? You don't know Rex super well. You've never heard anything about a bar. He gestures to the tarps. My bar, he says. I've been working on a special project ever since I joined the construction crew. The colony needs a place to cut loose, you dig?
He looks up at it, beaming with pride.
I think it's about halfway done.
You take a look at what you can see. Rex has kept it all pretty well tarped up and hates letting people inside to peek, but you can tell it's big. Perhaps a little too big. Ambitious, maybe, for a first solo construction project. But Rex has had a lot of help from his crew and from the whole colony. He'd have to be able to find enough wood. I'm sure it'll be great. Rex comes over to you and slings you into a one-armed hug.
Just seeing you makes me super energized, he says. I can almost hear the music now. That's right, the bar's gonna have live music. You know anyone who plays an instrument? I'm gonna work double time to finish this place. If you want to help, bring me all the mushwood you can find.
I mean, I already do, but yeah, you got it, dude. I got some right now. You want some? Nah. I think he was drunk there in that dialogue. Oh, I already checked with Mars.
Nami!
We are 1 point away from you from having an event, I'm pretty sure. Nemster? Oh, hey, we can afford to upgrade our card. Let's do that. To commanding. Ooh. I like how I went to the gym to upgrade my orator skills. My imperative skills. Okay, no new boss event. So now we're heading to the plains, and Nomi should be out here too, if I recall correctly. The prosaic plains. I want to go to the fucking bog or the subaqueous swamp. How does that open up? Probably by killing people. I should have joined the defense force, or the murder squad. A series of small circular pools chained together to form an impassable body of water. You don't see an obvious route. Okay, no. I think we've done this one before. Well, we've done most of them before, of course. Kind of losing some card synergy here. No intellectual. Sure, whatever. Unimportant. Oh, cool, we got a bravery out of that. We only need one more bravery to max that out. What's up, my guy? Bravely stand your ground, hell yeah. Rampaging bush bub. Pure armpits and mud. And we'll waste these. A lot of gem synergy. I'm liking it, I'm liking it. That's fine. And then we got, okay, +1 for each gem on other cards. +1 for each gem on other cards. Boom. 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 I'm not entirely sure if that was worth it. Get it to a 49 there. Could have gone into a 53 if I tweaked it more. That's fine, we're at 100 bravery. Extra card draw. Okay, a lot of these seem to be extra card draw. Not that I'm complaining. The more cards, the merrier. Purple furred animals slowly meandered. Never seen them before. Yeah, okay, we'll learn a new species. First collectible use is free. Okay. Four, 5, 6. I guess not. Oh yeah, because set neighbors to this value. That makes sense. The creature's fur is like grass, so they must be a kind of photosynths, an animal that gets part of their energy from the sun. They couldn't be arborescent photosynths, bushbubs, because they've got branches growing out of their heads and backs. You check your survey journal. It says bushbubs are common here, but they're smaller, solitary creatures, so nope. And they're too small to be balneal photosynths, who don't usually leave the water. You found a new species. Maybe. That would be cool. You decide to name them, just in case. You look at them through your holoculars at maximum zoom. You can kind of make out that they have super long jaws, like a huge underbite. Herding sunbiters sounds badass. Naming things is hard, so herding sunbiters will have to do. You log your discovery. I really hope that actually is a species that we discovered. That's really awesome if so. I am here for it. Now, this is the map that Nomi Nomi's on, so hopefully we can meet up with them at some point. Oh, it's the big thing. Ooh, okay. So I didn't stand there. I kind of skipped through this. You blindly pick a direction and scramble that way. You can sense a shadow descending from above you. Something suddenly hits you from the left and you're flung sideways off your feet. A moment later, one of the massive legs slams down right where you'd been. Another second and you would have been flat on the grass as the grass beneath it. Underneath it! You look up to what knocked you out of the way. It's Sim, of course. How does he always know exactly when he'll be in trouble? He stays by your side until the thing passes. That was what we call a wanderer, he explains. Usually they live in the mountains, but some years they come out when it rains to drink from the clouds. They're a rare, remarkable sight. We're very lucky to have seen it. I've seen it like 3 times. Oh hey, speaking of Sim. How you doing, my dude?
You spot Sim emerging from a hole in the ground, much like the entrance to the cave where you first interfaced with the array. He blinks into the light and smiles when he sees you approach. "Ah, it's you," he says warmly. "It is a relief to not have to hide my movements from you anymore." Love it. Oh, yeah, see, there's the gnomester. I was hoping. Oddly familiar, like some kind of smooth rock covered in... Is it like that big rock creature you found over before? Carefully move over it. Yeah, that was a pretty cool find. $49 in one go, you love to see it. Commanding. There we go. Antecedents Love, Uncle Tonan's Smile, and Talent Show Champion. Get a 35 here. Okay. Do we have anything about gems? No. We do have Dad's Love, which is pretty handy. What if we go boom, 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 boom? Boom. 51 is a little bit better. Could have gotten a 59 out of that somehow. This is the same line as before. Yeah. I was hoping for something a little different. Huh. Yeah, we know that that's P. We've studied it before. Oh, it's the mating bush bubs. Nope. We got hurt from that. It's cool to watch, though. I should pick one up at one of these points, instead of just playing with them. We'll shovel the snow. Stop to meditate on a very peaceful spot. Apologies if you've missed earlier episodes where I read these events out when we first encounter them. Kind of seems pointless to read them every single time. So I definitely recommend checking out past episodes if you want to see all the descriptions of these events. But don't worry, I try to read anything new. So we've got two events. We've got one with the bush bub and one with Nomi. We should be able to do both. You hear Dice shouting from nearby to come quick and look at this. Meet up with Dice on a curiously clean part of the path. There's no twigs, pebbles, bits of grass, or the ubiquitous Dorb's moss scales that litter this area. It almost looks like it's been swept clean. There, in the middle of a perfect circle 3 meters wide, is what you can only describe as a shrine. A hollow, waist-height structure made from twigs and packed spark snow forms the centerpiece, and around it are deliberately spaced piles of colorful fruit, flowers, and glittering stones, like an offering. Did you make this? Dice looks at you as if you started speaking in tongues.
No?
He says angrily.
I know you think I'm weird, but not this weird.
Take a quick peek. Oh, I wrecked it. You don't think even Dice is weird enough to make something like this? It's creepy as hell, gives you the spooks just standing near it. You try to get inside the structure for a closer look. It's almost big enough for you to crouch inside, but not quite. You accidentally hit it and the whole thing collapses. Aww. As you dig your way out, feeling a little bad and also oddly relieved to have destroyed it, you do find a neat crystal. I should have staked it out. That's big sad. I was hoping I could, like, take a closer look and then stake it out, but no. Oh well. We're coming, Nomi. Don't you fret. Don't you fret. Are you fretting? I think I can hear fretting. Meet up with Dice and Nomi. Utopia assigned the two of them to study a specific plant, blobgrass. The sticky, gelatinous fronds are almost totally transparent, especially dangerous when they form rafts over water, like this particular patch. Dice and Nomi are perched on top of rocks by the shoreline, bonding over their love of exploring. They're an odd match. Dice is shy and withdrawn, and Nomi is very not. As you approach, you hear Dice giggling over Nomi's impression of Chief Administrator Seek. Nomi's eyes go wide when they see you, and they lose their footing on the slippery rocks. Hey, whoa! They exclaim, falling into a knee-deep, gloopy puddle of blobgrass. The stuff is so sticky, it floats like rafts of goo on the trapped water, trapping animals underneath it, on the shallow water. Nomi's too big to be in danger, but they're still stuck. We'll help. Nomi inevitably pulls you in, and you get all goopy too. It's a big, sticky mess. You're naturally a little embarrassed by this clumsy rescue attempt, but Nomi is not. Come on in, Dice, they laugh. The water's fine. Dice declines their generous invitation, grimacing as Nomi flecks him with goopy water as you both flounder to shore. Nomi laughs and brushes themselves off. Not that it helps, they're totally soaked. I don't get it, Dice mutters. How do you do that? Just be weird and mess things up, but not feel like you want to crawl in a hole and die from embarrassment. Are you no fear? Yeah, you're no fear, okay. Now Nomi blushes. I guess I don't always know when I should be embarrassed, they reply. I mean, I already know I'm stupid and uncoordinated and bad at, basically everything. They shrug. I don't know. I guess it doesn't bother me if other people think that too. Like, they can't make fun of me for something that's just true, right? Dice stares at Nomi for a few seconds. I never thought about it like that, he says slowly. He takes a cloth out of his backpack. Here, he says, offering it to Nomi. For your face. You're all goopy. Nomi giggles, and they share a moment of intense eye contact as Dice gently blots water from Nomi's face. Oh, it's so cute! The moment passes as quickly as it started, both Dice and Nomi awkwardly shuffling apart and getting back to their readings. I ship it. I ship it, and I'm totally down with that. Any further Nomis? Or are we good to get the heck out of here? That was so heckin' cute. I'm sorry. I totally ship that so hard. No, I don't think there's any more Nomis. We're safe to leave then. Woo! Spent the month exploring! Upping stats that are already maxed!
Early wet. Okay, I don't think there's any point in exploring nearby. Yeah. Missed a collectible, that's fine. No boss events. What you got for me, Dice? This evening, when Dice isn't in his quarters or his usual spot near the expedition vehicles, you have a sixth sense of where to find him. His old secret hideout in the big drainage pipe under the wall, where he still goes sometimes when he needs to escape and be alone. Uh-oh. Sure enough, there he is at the entrance of the pipe. But something's wrong. He's fiddling with a package furtively. His head jerks up as you approach, and he clutches it to his chest. You can barely believe your eyes, but you know a bomb when you see one. What are you doing? Dice stares at you for a few moments, weighing the truth. I'm leaving, he says eventually. Noctilicent made me a deal. Sabotage the colony during the next attack, and they'll let me become a gardener. Don't get in my way, Garrett, Dice says. I don't want to have to hurt you. Please don't do this. Need friendship with Dice 90 or greater. I won't let you do this. Empathy challenge. Please don't do this. Dice looks stunned, but shakes his head. It's not about you, Garrett. I'm going to do this. Except for you. There's nothing for me here. Nomi! Go romance Nomi! You two are so cute together! You're the only thing that makes me feel, well... He looks down at the package in his hands and sighs. Human! No one has to know. Just give me the bomb. Dice clutches the explosives to his chest tightly and lets out one shuddering sigh. Okay, he says finally. Okay. I just... He shakes his head and hands it over to you. Take it, he says, before I change my mind. You dispose of the deadly package and thank all the gods from all the religions you can name that you were here tonight to stop this. Yeah, that would have been very bad. I imagine that was Dice's big school shooter moment. So I'm really glad we were able to prevent that. We had 100 with you yet? We are. You go to the garrison looking for Nemi, but she finds you first, pouncing on you and wrapping her arm around your shoulders. Buddy, friendo, pal, she exclaims. She leans in close, smiling wide with barely contained energy. If I don't do something a little wild, I'm gonna go bonkers, she says, so only you can hear. Everyone's so stressed out, and I feel like... I love how I just, like, casually breeze over Dice building a bomb, like, oh yeah, no, that totally makes sense. Yeah, okay, no, we dealt with it, we're good. This is why you befriend Dice, you know? This is why you're his buddy, his pal, his comrade. She inhales and bites her lip. I feel like I gotta do something extreme. Like I want to strip naked and climb to the top of the colony and scream until someone makes me stop. Like I got bugs in my brain. So I got an idea, she continues, and I need you to come with me so I don't cower it out. I like this idea. Nemi leads you by the hand down one of the lesser used hallways of the garrison until you come across to a small room. Inside are 2 barber chairs and a table next to some dangerous looking but delicate machinery. A stout woman with a buzz cut looks up from reading something on her holopad. What's up? What's up, Anemone? Need that side shave freshened up already? Nemi shakes her hand and grips her hand tight. No. I want a tattoo, she says. Can you do that? The woman gestures to dismiss her holopad and pulls out a thick book from under the counter. You and Nemi crowd around it, marveling at the sight of real paper as it falls open to display a selection of tattoo designs. It used to be the only thing I'd do here is buzz cuts and military tattoos. And hair dye for that Nomi kid. The woman says, since we landed here, you haven't been the only person who's come looking for something a little more artistic. She smiles. Take a look through this and see what I can do.
You and Nemi flip through the pages reverently. I was thinking, she says quietly, running her fingers over a circlet of thorns. I want someone to remind me that Vertumna is my home, and everyone here is my people, to remind me why I fight. She shoots you a smile, uncharacteristically shy. I want someone to link me to you, she says, looking away as her cheeks turn red. Out of everyone here, you're the person who means the most to me. Her eyes go red, wide. Now wait, we should get matching tattoos, she exclaims. Come on, what do you think? Obviously. Hell yeah, Nemi says, pumping her fist. What should we get? The book of tattoo designs lays before you. What do you want to get? Stratospheric logo surrounded by knives, each other's names, mushrooms growing out of a human skull, suns to represent the twin suns of Vertumna, a sword and shield? Yes, fuck yes. Whoa! Nemi reacts. Just like knights? That's sodden awesome! Do you want to be the sword or the shield? I'll be the shield, because I'm the one keeping this planet safe. But you're the one fighting back? I don't know, I kind of wish we would have both been able to get it. Anyways, we got an achievement, Anemone's loyalty. I'm sure she's been added to the main menu, so we'll check when we end this episode. You sit down in the tattoo chair and bare your right arm. The tattoo artist / barber transfers the design onto your skin and fires up the machine, which buzzes alarmingly. You and Nemi look at it, wide-eyed. I guess you kids never seen Earth Tech, huh? She says, preparing the gun. Tattooing's one of the oldest human arts, and there's not much holograms and replicators can improve on it. The stuff I do here, it reminds us that even when we're out here among the stars, we're still just meat with thoughts. We've got toughness 31 or greater. It smarts a bit when the tattoo artist presses the needle to your skin and begins her work, but you're pretty tough. Nemi looks a little green as blood wells up around the needle and grabs your hand. This is so cool, she breathes as the design begins to bloom on your skin. It takes about an hour for the tattoo artist to get down the bold first strokes of your tattoo. Nemi holds your hand the whole time. When the artist steps away to stretch, Nemi leans in and gasps. It looks so awesome, Nemi says. This is the coolest thing we've ever done. This is galactic. She looks up at you. I meant what I said, she says, her voice a little wet. You're my best friend on this whole rock. You've always been here for me, and I'll always be here for you, no matter what, thick and thin. Nemi sniffles, then looks embarrassed. Man, it's dusty in here. The tattoo artist returns and finishes up your tattoo, then moves on to Nemi. She takes it bravely, though she sometimes squeezes your hand so hard it almost hurts. Afterwards, you go back to your room to decompress and admire your bravery. Nemi flops onto your bed and you climb on after her, careful of your aching arm and your newly wrapped tattoos. I can't believe we did that, she crows, kicking her legs in the air. That was so awesome! She turns to you and pushes her unruly hair over her shoulder. Thank you for coming with me, she says seriously. I probably wouldn't have done it if you weren't there. And then I probably would have done something more reckless. She laughs, brash and unashamed. Well, even more reckless. I'd do anything for you. Nemi blushes and pulls you into embrace. Oh, Garrett. Wow, how often do we get to do the romance thing? Like cuddling and hanging out together. We did it once, it gave us 20 stress off, which was pretty cool, but the option hasn't been had in a while. Oh, it's Mars's birthday. So, we've got two friends that are at 100 now. Dice is at 78, Tangent's at 74, Mars is at 75. Nomi and Rex are doing pretty solid, but they have a lot that they need to catch up on. Sim doesn't count, but we've got him maxed. How have we still never seen Nougat again? Why are they a thing on the page here, you know? They're not dead. Like, Calm's dead, and it says killed during an attack. They're 12, whatever. You're 18 years old and a fast learner. You build muscle mass like nobody's business. Creatures are no mystery to you, and they say you're good with all kinds of weapons. Yeah, I kick ass. Anything from you, Rex? You still building your bar? Hugs. And logs. I wonder where your bar is going to be. Ooh, bobber fruit. Yes, please. Ooh, didn't mean to go in here. Actually, we don't need to explore, so we really should just focus on upping stats. Have some roots. Okay, is that pretty much everyone? I think so. Can we give Cal a present? Oh, and Nomi. Nomi should get a crystal. They're out here. When's your birthday? Mid-dust. Okay, it's too late for that. Ooh, yeah, there's our Nomi event. You're walking through the colony when you see a blur of color and motion at the corner of your vision. Bang! Nomi collides with you in a catastrophe of flailing limbs and high-pitched squealing, sending you both sprawling to the ground. Oh my gosh! Nomi exclaims. They immediately get to their hands and knees and begin to collect the papers that exploded out of your hands when they fell. I'm so sorry! Sometimes my brain is off doing its own thing and I don't watch where I'm running. Ah! They exclaim, dusting off their piece of toast and shoving it back into their mouth. And gotta eat breakfast even when you're late! Your enhancement and super agility, huh? Oops. Sorry. Nomi pauses in their frantic attempts to recover. Oh! Ah! They reply, looking at you with big eyes. That's a complicated subject. Nomi gets to their feet and offers you a hand up, then brushes the dust off of you. I actually don't even know what my genetic enhancement is, or, if I even have one at all. My parents decided to lock my medical files from when I was a baby, because they had this wild idea that they wanted me to grow up without feeling like I had to be, perfect. They think it's rude for parents to make that choice for their kids. So, their argument is that they don't know. Ugh, that sucks. Well, kinda, Nomi replies, poking their index finger into their cheek thoughtfully. But kinda not, too. It's fine, actually. Sometimes I don't mind at all. Nomi wiggles their eyebrows. Maybe I'm just like Galactic Cyber Prince Umiyama, and one day a talking Hawkeye will come tell me I have to defeat the Mecha Ultra Nether Beings. Oh well, we got to know their, well, as much about their augment as they know. So that's something. Everything we learn about these people will help us with future lives too. So, you know, finding information is pretty important. New event with Cal. You're shooting the breeze with Cal in the shadows of the geoponics dome when he leans over and waves at someone over your shoulder. Perk, hey, over here! Oh shit, okay. Perk jogs over to you. He's a heavy-set adult with tattoos sprawling up his arms that make him look like he's made of marble. He holds out a stack of tiffins wrapped in a sash.
Hey, you two. Seth and I were testing out recipes. We ended up making too much. Figured I'd run some lunch over to ya.
Cal takes the tiffins and opens the first one. Lentil da! He exclaims, inhaling deeply. No way! Perk looks proud.
Rice in the second one, and a little something sweet in the third. You deserve it, with how hard you've been working out here. You eat up too, Garrett, there's more than enough.
Perk leaves you to divide the spoils, and Cal goes right to dessert. Having 4 parents is the best, he mumbles, around a mouthful of your sweet cake. Cal's mom, Auntie Tira, is in a relationship with 3 other colonists, so Polly is okay in this colony. That's good to know. Perk's the newest member of his family, but even then, they've all been together for a while. Cal's always been surrounded by a lot of love at home. Cal swallows his food.
You know, sometimes I wonder if I'd want to date that many people, like my mom does, he muses. Like, finding one person who wants to date you and having the courage to ask them out is already hard enough. Bruh, my palms are sweating just thinking about it. Did my man just bruh me? Besides, it works fine for my mom, but I kind of feel like if I find someone, I want to just be with them, you know? I want to put all my energy into making them happy. Don't knock until you try it. Cal shrugs. Dude just bruhed me again! Bruh, I'm around it like literally every day. I'm pretty sure I'd know if it's for me or not. The doll is sweet and fragrant and tastes all the better for having been made and delivered with love. You and Cal eat your fill before Cal excuses himself to go back to his work. Alright. That's everyone talked to. It's also about time that we end this episode. We'll figure out what we want to do next time. Okay. And then I want to go double check the main menu again so that we can see if Nemi is on there now. There she is. Nemi and Dice. We'll get the rest of them too. So thank you to everyone for joining me. I hope you had fun. And I will see you all next time for some more I Was a Teenage Exocolonist.